lifted 4x to lowered street machines. Take a look at this one, Final Approach. Tim Bosch bought this '84 Toyota in December of that year. He told us it was like new at the time, and he soon made it the first truck in town that could ride only 1 inch off the ground. He designed this aerodynamic-looking front end and welded on the steel ground effects. He added a high-performance cam, header, and Weber carburetor, and polished valve covers. The engine compartment has panels covering the sides, and his custom front end features pop-up headlight doors. Tim added a custom bed wing to his hydraulic dump bed and shaved the handles on the tailgate and doors. To complete his custom interior, Tim and his dad did the console work. It's a great job. Now here's another truck with some spectacular features. This '89 Nissan tilt bed is owned by Randy Hobbs of Orlando. Customized interior has been made into an impressive walkthrough. The frame has been all boxed and the underside has been totally filled. In the rear, the bumper from an S10 gives a flush look. He's added four-wheel drive fenders up front, and throughout the body, Randy has shaved and filled, giving us a sleek look. Now there's a truck that really defines the word radical. Now here's Bobby Archer with his tip on fuel tanks.
Have you ever been out on a long trip in your truck and wished you could have an oversized fuel tank so one fill-up would last an extra long time? Well, you can order a spare fuel tank or a fuel tank with a larger capacity from most truck manufacturers. But what you may not know is technically that larger capacity fuel tank is most likely the same size tank you currently have. Sound confusing? Let me explain. Most truck manufacturers' fuel tanks have a larger...
Kathy Martindale, and I think Monday's Video PM is going to be a great way to start the week.
I think so, too. We've got a lot of super videos by some of the biggest superstars in the business, so be sure and don't miss it. It's Monday's Video PM. See you.
Hello, I'm Lori-Ann Crook.
I'm Charlie Chase. This week on Crook and Chase, George Jones and Mark Chestnut join forces in the studio.
And hot country hunk Billy Dean joins us live. That's all this week.
Crook and Chase, weeknights on TNN.
Welcome back to Trucking USA at the Cocoa Country Jamboree. Rick Lance's '51 Chevy Pro 51 is competing in the Pro Street category. Standing off the back of the bed is a 6-foot top fuel dragster wing, which hangs 3 feet off the back. His engine is a 400 Chevy V8 with a tunnel ram. He's lowered the entire vehicle to 2 inches off the ground. He built the frame himself with the help of his friend Nat Jackson, and he modestly told us he usually wins first place.
I've got a lot of first places. The truck has done very well. It's been in a couple magazines, and we're very pleased with this truck.
This is Bill Cox. He's the head judge at the Country Jamboree Truck Show. Bill, good to see you, bud. Love your outfit.
Thank you.
Who's your tailor?
My wife.
Okay. What do you look for judging the trucks?
Whenever we judge a truck, we go in and we look at all aspects, from the bed, from the engine, the interior, the undercarriage, the whole aspect of the truck, not just the truck. We look at it from start to finish, from front bumper to rear bumper. Our judges can spend up to 5-10 minutes on one truck at any given show.
Does it matter to you how much effort it looks like has gone into the truck?
Oh, yes, sir. That's the biggest part of the whole thing. How much has he's done himself. Also take into consideration if he's done it himself or if he's gone out to a shop. Even though he's paid to have it done, a lot of times my judges are professional painters, and they'll pick up that he's painted it and he's done a better job than they could do themselves.
Well, we got a lot of trucks, so it sounds like you got a lot of help.
We got a lot of help out here today. We got about 8 or 9 judges out here today.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Now here's another truck that's sure to catch the judge's eye. This is Bob Stafford's '87 Dodge D50. He calls it Youth Part 2 because he believes it represents his second childhood. He's added button-tuck upholstery from bumper to bumper. All the emblems have been shaved, as well as the door handles, the gas tank door, and the tailgate. In back of his tilt hydraulic bed are custom chrome rear bumpers. This whole treatment is set off by ground effects and has won first place and best of show 4 times. The hood opens on the side, and this mural tells the whole story. It's a lot of fun being involved in an event like this, and there's some interesting side benefits. The nice one about today is that the proceeds from this truck show go to benefit the Destination Florida Foundation for British Children with Special Needs. Just another way that truckers are helping out. Now here's some help for truckers. This week's Trucking Tip.
The Chevron Delo Lube Update is brought to you by Chevron Delo Multigrade.
If you're a trucker, you know only about 1% of your out-of-pocket costs are for motor oil. Now, what's interesting is that oil directly affects two of your biggest costs, fuel
And you'll see almost as much imagination goes into the themes of their displays as into their vehicles. This is my favorite. It's called Under Construction. I don't know about the truck, but I'll bet owner Larry Everly will win the prize for largest display.
I came up with the idea because this is what I do for a living, and so I wanted to bring my work and my hobbies together.
Don't go away. We'll be back with more Truckin' USA.
The limited edition GMC Cyclone. Technology that speaks for itself. In fact, your GMC truck dealer would like to show you only one more Cyclone feature.
Welcome back to Truckin' USA in Cocoa, Florida. This is the winningest show truck in all of Florida. It's owned by David Harden of DeLand. David's red-hot 1988 Nissan has won over 8 Best of Shows this year alone. The judges generally love his silver to gray flames with red pearl clear. The mural and graphics were done by Chris Cruz, whose attention to detail wins points for this truck. Notice how the graphics run around edges like the door jamb. The undercarriage was totally stripped and repainted, and there are over $8,000 worth of chrome in this truck. David had the stock engine rebuilt, boring it 30 over, blueprinting, and balancing it. It's got ported, polished, and milled heads, and sports Mikuni carbs and Russell hoses. David tells us that it took 3 years to complete, and that he's won lots of awards, including the Southern Street Machine Association's Truck of the Year.
The goal in the truck is it's a show truck. I originally didn't start off to be a show truck. Once I did, I'm striving on detail and trying to make a perfect point truck.
Well, Dave, it looks about as close to perfect as anything I've seen. Now, here's another great-looking truck. Our viewer's truck of the week. John and Sally Mahan of Tracy, California, purchased this pickup in Stockton, California in 1985. It was an old farm truck with no engine or transmission. Today, it features a frame clipped with a 1978 Chevy Nova subframe and 305 cubic inch engine. They added a 78 Chevy 10-bolt rear end and a handmade wood floor in the bed. It's called Sweet Pea, and it sure looks sweet to me. We'll be sending you folks a Truckin' USA t-shirt. We've got a lot of good food here at the Country Jamboree. Somebody just handed me a bowl of chili. Said it was hot. Nice Tabasco. For everybody at Truckin' USA, I'm Ed Bruce. Have a good day.
If you have any questions about today's show, call 213-207-3515. Now here's something of interest for automotive enthusiasts.
They take it to the limit and beyond. They force body and machine to the extremes of endurance. Often unpredictable, always spectacular. That's the reason Diamond P Sports has once again opened its action-packed archives to produce a dramatic new video entitled And They Walked Away Too. The blazing inferno of high-performance gone awry. Open-wheel sprint cars locked in death-defying ballets. The heart-stopping drama of unbelievable two-wheel disasters. Awesome displays of man and metal turned to mayhem. To get your copy of And They Walked Away Too, send $24.95 plus $4 shipping and handling to the address on your screen, or better yet, call 1-800-767-9700. Visa and MasterCard accepted, no CODs. That's 1-800-767-9700. Call today.